Good evening, I'm Sonia and this is KiniNews. The police have arrested several top leaders of GISBH, including its CEO and his wife. The individuals were remanded for 7 days from today.
Police have arrested 19 top leaders of global Ikhwan services and business holdings in its probe into the organization. This includes its CEO, Nasiruddin Mohd Ali. According to Inspector General of Police Razarudin Husain, the arrests were carried out in a dawn raid on 4 residential units in Bukit Bintang. Earlier, reports indicated that besides Nasiruddin, other arrests include his wife and children, as well as the children of former Al-Arkam leader, the late Ashari Muhammad. The police are seeking to remand all 19 detainees this afternoon. Last week, the Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department raided 20 charity homes in Selangor and Negeri Sembilan linked to GISBH and rescued 402 children and teenagers, comprising 201 boys and 201 girls aged between 1 and 17 years. Reports indicated that the police are actively investigating allegations against the organization related to religious issues and child exploitation. GISBH had previously denied claims they abused the children under their care. They also denied that the homes raided were operated by them.
The latest update follows the arrest of 5 individuals yesterday believed to have links to GISBH. It is understood that one of the 5 individuals nabbed is the son of one of the company's leaders.
Police have arrested 5 men suspected of having links with global Ikhwan services and business holding. They also seized 2 motorhomes bearing the company's logo at the Bukit Kayu Hitam border heading towards Thailand at around 6 p.m. yesterday. Inspector General of Police Razarudin Husain attributed the arrest and seizures to the investigation undertaken by the North Zone Border Intelligence Unit. Bernama quoted him as saying that observations found that the vehicles had moved to the Bukit Kayu Hitam Immigration, Customs, Quarantine and Security Complex heading to Thailand. He added that checks carried out with the help of the Kedah Criminal Investigation Department resulted in the vehicles being seized and a Myvi car with 5 men aged 28 to 41 arrested. According to Bernama, Razarudin said that those arrested and the seizures will be taken to the Kubang Pasu District Police Headquarters for further action. Razarudin had previously said that a health screening of 392 children rescued from the GISBH charity homes during Ops Global found that they suffered physical and emotional abuse as well as labor exploitation, including being forced to sell goods. Yesterday, His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim, King of Malaysia, ordered the police force to conduct an immediate and comprehensive investigation into the issue of criminal activities and child abuse linked to the GISBH. GISBH had previously said that it did not operate the welfare homes facing the allegations.
Meanwhile, 3 teaching assistants believed to be linked to the organization have pleaded not guilty to several sexual assault charges.
3 teaching assistants and caretakers from a religious school in Kuala Pilah, Negeri Sembilan, have claimed trial to 14 charges of sexually assaulting 5 children, aged between 9 and 11. The 3 were arrested under the Ops Global raid. According to the Star, Muhammad Habib Noor Muhammad Zairi, Muhammad Kunais Fatih Kabil, and Ahmad Nazful Izam Azizan pleaded not guilty at the Seremban Sessions Court today. According to the report, Habib faced 4 charges under Section 14(a) of the Sexual Offences Against Children Act 2017, while Kunai faced 6 charges and Nazful 3. Habib was also charged with 1 count under Section 14(b) of the same act. Both provisions carry a jail term of up to 20 years and whipping. The court set bail at 12,000 ringgit for each offence with 1 surety. The accused were also ordered not to contact their victims or witnesses, to report to the nearest police station monthly, and to surrender their passports to the court.
Saifuddin Nasution Ismail has commented on PN's press conference over the MOU for allocations yesterday. He cited Pakatan Harapan's previous MOU and said PN should have negotiated instead of complaining.
Pakatan Harapan's Secretary General Saifuddin Nasution Ismail has criticized the opposition for rejecting the government's proposed Memorandum of Understanding relating to the allocations for opposition MPs through the media instead of negotiating for better terms. In a post on Facebook, Saifuddin recalled the previous MOU signed under former Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob. He said at that time, both sides engaged in a structured process involving multiple rounds of discussions. According to him, the government first presented a draft which Harapan discussed internally before providing feedback. He said both sides reviewed the feedback and through negotiations they eventually reached an agreement. However, he said for this MOU, they just received the draft and are already making noise outside. Pakatan National had rejected the draft MOU offered by the government last week. Yesterday, the coalition said they would only return to the negotiation table if new terms were offered.
Still on the MOU, Fadila Yusuf said the opposition can propose a new MOU draft for allocations. He told them to use the existing one as a foundation to continue discussions.
Deputy Prime Minister Fadila Yusuf said the opposition can submit new proposals or feedback regarding the draft Memorandum of Understanding concerning allocations for opposition MPs. He also clarified that his office has yet to be contacted by the opposition to continue discussions on the MOU. According to Bernama, Fadila said the existing draft is the foundation for them to continue discussions. He added that if the opposition wants a new MOU, they need to provide feedback. However, he said previously they made a statement rejecting it, so the government accepted their stance. On September 16th, the government revealed 2 draft MOUs drawn up as evidence of transparency in negotiations regarding allocations for opposition MPs. Fadila stated that this decision was made following opposition leader Hamza Zainuddin's statement that Pakatan National has rejected the proposed MOU. Yesterday, PN Chief Whip Taqiyuddin Hassan had reportedly requested the government to provide a new draft MOU and to establish a special committee for the government and the opposition to discuss the matter.
Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's sons have clarified that the assets declaration they made to the MACC is for investigations into their father. They say they are not being investigated.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's sons, Mirzan and Mokhzani, have clarified that they are not being investigated by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission in relation to the Pandora Papers and Panama Papers. In a joint statement yesterday, the two said their asset declaration to the MACC is related to an ongoing investigation into Dr. Mahathir, not the Pandora or Panama Papers. They said, as stated by MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki in the press conference, they are fully cooperating with MACC to ensure a positive resolution. Yesterday, Azam had confirmed that Mirzan and Mokhzani had declared their assets within the stipulated timeframe set by the anti-corruption body. He said MACC is currently in contact with their lawyers to obtain additional information and clarifications regarding the asset declarations.
The Cabinet has decided that halal certification will remain voluntary. This was announced by Zahid Hamidi last night.
The Cabinet has decided to maintain the status quo on halal certification. This is despite a proposal to make it mandatory for eateries that do not serve pork or alcohol. In a statement, Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the existing policy will be maintained and is open to any industry that is prepared to follow all requirements and standards for halal certification in Malaysia. He said the Malaysia Halal Verification Certificate obtained through the process will provide added value to the certificate holder for their high commitment to always follow halal certification standards. According to Zaid, the decision was made during yesterday's cabinet meeting, during which Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, made a presentation on the issue. Earlier this month, Naim had said the Islamic Development Department was considering a proposal to make halal certification mandatory for restaurants and food companies that do not serve pork or alcohol. He later clarified that he was merely responding to a reporter's question whether JAKIM had plans to make halal certification mandatory.
That's all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Sonia. Thanks for watching.